you're a sky, 'cause you're a sky full of stars. I'm gonna give, 'cause you're a sky, 'cause you're a sky full of stars. Up the park. I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. Cause in the sky full of stars, I think I saw you. Cause you're a sky full of stars. I wanna die in your arms. Cause you get lighter the more it gets dark. I'm gonna give you my heart. I don't care, go on and tear me apart. I don't care if you do. Cause in the sky full of stars, I think I see you. I think I see
It is now, as tradition dictates, at the time that some of the members of the bridal party are invited to make addresses. So I'd like to toast the good health of the bride, the groom, and various other members. So I'd like to call upon our first opening address, Father of the bride, John.
Wrong video, Kev. Song belly.
That's how it works.
Did he?
In the way over in the corner there,
Nobody
and the people down the back can't see me, so I thought I'd come and see you. Is that okay with everybody?
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
Can I put my glass down on your table? Don't spit in it. Well, here we are. It's been a beautiful day. Beautiful place. People. Lovely food. Lovely bride. Can you say lovely groom? We've got a whole lot of admirers for you here, Jack. This is good, and we're all here to celebrate Jack and Elise on this great day, when they step boldly and confidently into holy matrimony. Boldly, you recognise the words, or shuffled, slowly, suspiciously, into holy matrimony. Anyway, they're in it. I better stick to the script. Okay, I've only got about 6 pages, don't worry. It's such an honour and privilege actually to welcome you all today. Everybody from near and far. It's really an honour to have you with us. It's lovely that you've come to celebrate with us today. apologise to those that I've turned my back on. I'm sorry, but I can't face everybody. It's got another shade of room. Special welcome to the Jack's family, to Jack's dad, and sisters, Craig and Hannah. All the way from the wilds of Scotland to visit, well, not Hannah, she's all the way from the wilds of Oman, I think. And my family, this wild women, a whole table full of those. All the way from the wilds of Kent. And people from so many different parts of the world, people from Canada. We're all our lovely friends from Switzerland. Yeah. I mean, these photos, I've got to remember all these different places. The Middle East, and of course, a big contingent from Australia. If any of you have been to Australia, you'll know that it's quite a big effort. In fact, every time I make the trip, it seems to get longer. I think someone must be moving Australia further and further. We're going to finish up somewhere in the Antarctic. I'm going to put my glasses on and stick to the script. So yeah, welcome everybody, near or far. It's lovely to be with us. But you know, at times like this when we're surrounded by loved ones and families, there's often people on their hearts that we know would have loved to have been here with us today. I think for myself, my mum, who's 91 years old, in a nursing home back in Australia. My sister, Mary, would love to have been here. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it either. And especially Mark's sister, and of course, Elisa's aunt, Joan, who actually was booked and everything was ready, and she was going to be here. She's in her 80s, so that would have been a good effort. Sadly, she fell ill and she just wasn't able to make it. But I know there's many here that would have people on their hearts that they know would have loved to have been here. So I'd just like to start by proposing a toast to absent friends and loved ones. Raise your glass. There's no need to stand. Absent friends and loved ones. As you will realise, quite a lot of effort has gone into arranging a day like today. I myself feel like it's been some sort of a marathon, but I'm nearly at the finishing line. A lot of effort has gone into it, and I'd like to mention a few of the people. I know Jack's father Craig has been a big contributor towards the success of today. Lisa and Jack have worked so hard to make it all happen, and they're so diligent, enthusiastic, and courageous. There's another person who's worked and worried tirelessly over many months to check the invitations, order serving the various presentations and all the things that have to be done. She would say it was a labour of love, and I know how much Jake appreciate her efforts, but I'd like to add my thanks and propose a toast to Margareta. She's worried enough for everybody. It's the definition of stress. Where was I?
Off the beginning.
You may have noticed a certain Scottish flavour to the proceedings today. Okay, but it's not only Jack that's got a Scottish heritage. In fact, Elise has got a Scottish. She's a direct descendant of Scottish great-grandfather, Margaret's grandfather, who went to Australia way back in the mid-1850s. And if I complain about how far Australia is, man, he sailed out of Glasgow. His name was Archibald Aird. Unfortunately, I'm unable to say Archibald Aird properly, and I need someone with a big, loud Scottish voice to say Archibald Aird. Everybody, all together. So he sailed off to Australia, 1850-ish sort of thing. Where do I turn the page? He went to a place about 60 miles north of the now city of Brisbane. And in those days, this was just bush. It was just scrub. He selected 160 acres. He had the job of clearing it. It was like vine scrub. Big tall gum trees and covered with vine and bush. And I tell you, they had to chop these gum trees down and dig them out by the roots before they could start to farm these places. So it was a huge job. He actually, I forgot to mention, he actually left with his brother. He was 19 years old. He left with his brother, who was 17, and his mum. And they all went off to Australia together. He made this selection about this little place north of Brisbane in the lonely bush, and built a house. Well, he'd be very surprised to see it today because that house is now beside a major four-lane highway, and it's in the area of Queensland called the Sunshine Coast, which is a holiday resort area, big high-rise and stuff like that. So he would have been very, very surprised to see all this. However, the house he built was our family home for all the time we brought up the family. So Elise and Dan both grew up in this old wooden house built by Archie Aird way back in 1865. And we were very, very pleased actually to be able to be part of that heritage and enjoy that. Interestingly enough, right across the road from this old house they built a tourist attraction called the Big Pineapple. And this tourist attraction had a 40-foot high fiberglass pineapple standing up front. And it was incredibly popular. Loads of people would come and look at the pineapple and would actually ride the cane train and do all sorts of things. But they made delicious parfaits and sundaes and things like that. Well, at the age of 14 years and 9 months exactly, which is the minimum working age for legal in Australia, Elise went across the road and got a job. And as you all will know, she's been working really hard ever since. And it was in a very short time that I think Elise had more money in the bank than I did. So nothing's Anyway, here she is, 14 years and 9 months old, spending the day making parfaits and sundaes. She's come home from work, white-faced with weariness, in this nice uniform, covered with pineapple juice and ice cream and ginger sauce, and she was all sticky. Yes, she's come home, but what a start to your working life. That's good. She's been working hard ever since. Lisa's been a wonderful daughter. Still is, I hope. A really loving daughter, and we're blessed, to have such a lovely daughter for this. She's travelled widely, as you all know. She's led us to all sorts of strange places in the world. She's been successful at just about everything she's ever done, except maybe playing tennis. So yes, Elise, you've been a really, really lovely. We love her very much.
Love you indeed.
I personally think Jack's a really lucky guy. I'm very biased, of course. Take good care of her, Jack.
When are we going to go
It's a
out?
pleasure to welcome Jack into our family. Jack seems to be a really fine, upstanding man, except of course when he's fallen off his bike. I'm sure, Jack, that you'll be a wonderful husband for Elise, and I look forward to, and I really pray that you have a long and happy life together. I'd just like to say a blessing. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord cause His countenance to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turns His face towards you and gives you peace and shalom. Amen. So, let's all be upstanding. Charge your glasses. And let's drink a toast to the bride and groom. May they have a long and happy life together. Thank you.
Right after you.
No, it's a Gloucester's wedding. Not the price of that.
Ladies and gentlemen, to reply, I invite the groom.
Speak up.
Thank you, John, for your comments. All comments. Not being known for my patter, and really looking forward to the main course. I'm not going to take very long. Truth be told, I think I'm going to have to get used to this as well. At least we'd like to say some, use some pearls of Australian wisdom. Post my two best men giving their. It's been 2 years, as my old man would call it. We've been courting for 2 years. And in that time, I've kind of realised that there's just little upside to arguing with a lawyer. No win, no fee is definitely. Thank you all for coming. My wife and I. My wife and I fully appreciate the cost, planning and hassle of you all coming to these events. So given this and my dry mouth, I really need a drink. So you all join me in a toast to yourselves. Lots of thank yous to Ben and Ian, my best men, literally for just staying sober. Some of us have a past experience with pure yes. To the Page boys and girls who are walking around. The ushers and to Mr. Ross. Quick thank you to the folks, to the old man who's sitting over there for his stoic, Scottish, we're Calvinistic upbringing. Next for the great Scottish outdoors and largely truly how awful Scottish football can be with Race Rovers. And to my mum, from my childhood, from my adulation of chocolate cake, and for a lot more, some of which I'm only getting to realise now. It really goes without saying, but it's such a pity that my mum and Elise could never meet. And lastly to Elise, collarbones have been a major part of our relationship over the last 2 years. I've managed to smash both of them. I've also been in the process, I've gone through the process of buying a house in England, which is, to all the Poms here, is a very stressful process. Throughout that and my tantrums and bad moods, she has been she's been excellent and quite obviously a keeper. Thank you to Elise for saying yes back in the slopes in January when you were taking that small rest in the snow. So a toast to Elise, please. That's it.
Good speech.
That's good. Excellent speech. Well done, Jack. Good work. Hard to follow that father-in-law of yours.
Worth lots of money, you know, or there is nothing in its history that can possibly embarrass it. Anyway, I give you initial, I give you ear, and then best.
I like your handbag, darling.
Thank you. I've got to say that this week should come with a health warning because it's now 8:30 and he's led two confirmed alcoholics till now. So I'm Ian and along with my very good friend Ben here, Jack has the honour of being best men upon us. You're probably wondering why there are two of us, but it's quite simple. Jack was looking for someone who was charismatic, eloquent, witty, and unfortunately he probably sensibly declined the invitation to be here this evening, and he's ended up with a pair of numpties. So, as you can say, I'm not very good at public speaking and nor is Ben, so we're going to keep this very short and let you get to your dessert. Sorry. Then you start again. I'll get subtitles on it. So, first of all, we'd love to say how absolutely stunning Elise is looking this evening. And along with the two beauties in blue, Anel and Donata, I think they've done great help this evening for Elise and are just looking absolutely wonderful. Ben and I, as part of your PhD students in Glasgow, used to hang around in some slightly less than salutary establishments, and it was in one of these such places, Fatbo's, that we first met Jack. And that's when our lives changed forever. He was significantly older than all of us, and we looked to him as maturity, his receding hairline, as someone who might be a good influence on us for our formative years. How wrong we were. Jack introduced us to fine food and drink with the crates of Carlsberg that he used to bring from the brewery in Ireland on holidays, and also the 50p vodka shots that we used to have in the studio. On the food front, a favourite was the chips and cheese, and also the deep fried Mars bar. I do believe that Jack had inquired as to whether they would be able to provide us with that this evening, but the award-winning chef here at Kazan House wasn't able to try it. But fear not, ladies and gentlemen, because of my little bag of tricks, I have managed to source two of Scotland's finest. Enjoy, Jack. So, there's no wonder that Ben and I have turned out as such sophisticated judges. But I'm pleased
pleased to say that it's not just Ben and I who have benefited from Jack's maturity and fastidious ways. Hannah and Fiona here have also been pretty lucky. And I'm led to believe that when they were younger, Jack ruled the junior Loudon ranks with an iron rod. Actually, it was a mallet. And Fiona has still got the scars. He was often commandeering all their Cindy toys to use for his action. Men, and encouraging Hannah to shout abuse at poor old ladies walking past from the front door.
Hannah's just cracking up.
At an early age, Jack was quite the mentor. But underneath this hard as nails exterior, ladies and gentlemen, there was a softer side to the young Jack. And I'm very pleased that someone has been able to join us tonight, all the way from Dollar, Jack's early friend, Mr. Now, I do believe it's our responsibility to touch upon the engagement of Jack and Elise. But for those of you that know Jack, trying to get any information out of him I believe it was a bit of a military operation to obtain Elise's hand in marriage. And it all happened in the ski slopes of Switzerland. Jack gallantly helped Elise back to her feet after a fall, and then got down on his one good knee and but how it actually went on the day, I'm not quite sure. They were both being too polite to tell. Suffice to say, what Elise tells me about Jack is he's not perhaps as romantic as he could be. And known to leave the room as soon as there's any kind of a soppy moment on television. He wouldn't phone during their courting days, as he said that a text was more than sufficient. In fact, his master plan was apparently to propose on his birthday, so that he wouldn't ever have any trouble remembering the date.
His master plan.
What I will say is we're all very, very glad that he did pop the question, and I think both of you, all of you, he's such a lucky guy, he's such a beautiful. Now, it's standard practice to tell a few tales about the groom and give him a bit of a ribbing, but I'm going to leave that all to Ben, so yeah, that's okay. But it's only fair to mention some of his better qualities as well. And he's always been a really loyal and supportive friend. And we don't get to catch up maybe perhaps as often as we'd like, with us being in Scotland and him being in London. But when we do, it's just like old times, and the stag do in Edinburgh is definitely testament to that. And he is so supportive that he spent literally the later part of the night supporting Ben and I. As a true friends, I say, and we're very, very proud to be standing up here today with him to celebrate this amazing occasion. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm done. I'm going to hand you over to the one and only Mr. Sinister here.
Thanks, Ian. Well done. We've been talking a lot about the speech on this table and how it would go, and everybody said, just enjoy it. Just enjoy it. It's kind of like going up for an X Factor audition when you know you can't sing. we're sort of sweating a bit here. But anyway, for anyone who hasn't figured it out yet, I'm Ben, the other half of our best man team, or groomsman team. And I'm going to talk for a few minutes about Jack's staggering ability to injure himself and fall foul on even the most innocuous of activities. You'll be stunned over the next 3 minutes. You're going to be stunned. To be honest. Fortunately, about today so far. So, one such occasion I'll talk about was actually quite a while back then. Jack's 21st. So having drank the usual quota of Carlsberg cans provided by Jack and his fantastic summer job, we headed out, and the rest of us promptly furnished you with 21 slippery nipples. No, that's a drink. It's not a sign of affection. So
You boys.
I know we're weird up in Scotland. so Jack probably drank 21 slippery nipples. And we then made our preconceived move to a club called the Garage in Glasgow. Yeah. I'm showing your age now, yeah? So we headed down, but we didn't get too far before crossing Sucky Street in Glasgow. Jack was run over by a car. So yeah, no, it sounds quite bad, but he actually just jumped that up. This poor woman's front bumper was totally caved in. Jack just sprang back up like one of these sort of heavy bunny sort of thing. I said, alright, work our speed, let's head off. So we all kind of like, we were all stunned and we kind of, but still this kid, he seemed amazed at what old man Loudon, you know, his stoic ability. So we sort of followed him, you know, sort of like a gaggle of ducks or whatever. And we got about 20 yards further, when kind of unrelated to the car, but more related to the drink. Jack took another dive, and this time cleverly broke his fall with his forehead. A big area, right? So this time, unfortunately, there was no jumping up, and Jack was promptly transferred to an ambulance, taken to hospital. So great 21st.
You know about all this.
So as Jack was getting loaded into the back of this ambulance on his 21st, this was about 8:30 by the way. we were sort of thinking, well, do we go with him or not? We kind of had a quick power and decided that Jack would have wanted us to carry on. So we headed out to the club, had a great night. Anyway, all ended well, as you can see, Jack no harm done, right? And he pitched up at our manky flat the next day. And much to our horror, because we were all like a waking death, much as it'll probably be tomorrow, once we get this out of the way. But we were all, Jack pitched up, having been in hospital. And he was looking brilliant. He was looking absolutely better than he does today, actually. I'm not saying something. But no, he had a, why is he looking brilliant? He had a saline drip, he could put on that. They cooked him a nice breakfast, works out for our students. And that's more amazing because we used to buy a team cigar on nights out. We're quite sophisticated, as Ian said. So this team cigar would be passed round about 6 or 7 of us. We're in this soggy, tube, sticky neck. I mean, choke on it almost every puff we took. We thought we were pretty cool, right? So Jack, not only had Jack been taken to hospital, but he tried to relight this cigar in the hospital bed while he was plugged into the drip. So anyway, fantastic. So you kind of injured yourself, but it was all alright. But I think it was referenced earlier, I think the stag do more recently, right? So we did something pretty sedate. We took into account your age and your frailty and all that. We kind of what can we do? We'll go for a wee paddle on the water, right? So we went up to St Andrews, very leisurely, you know, bit of a pool about the water, these paddle boards. And somehow Jack managed to break his ankle. Now, I say break his ankle, that's what he's telling the police for a bit simply. He fractured it, but to be fair, it was broken. How you managed to do it when you didn't actually even stand up on the board? Stunning. So anyway, I can't talk about Jack without speaking about his love of a good ride. You're not as dirty as I thought. So anyway, of course I'm talking about cycling. And as John said earlier, right, Jack's got loads of tales he tells me about conquering this mountain and that mountain. And did you see me going up the called it Margotti or whatever the hell it was. But the two most sort of prominent tales really are tales of woe. And they relate to your kind of collarbones. I would kind of massage it. So for 2 years running, on the same day, Jack comes off his bike and breaks his alternate collarbone. Absolutely stunning.
How can you do that?
Yeah, how can you do that?
Well,
So my suggestion is, it was the 28th of August, by the way, so not too long period. So my suggestion at least to you is, if Jack plans an early anniversary to his next year. Make sure it's not tandem to the Alps. So I guess on a serious note, Jack is, as he had said, a guy we did and all do still look up to, the two of us and the rest of the boys that can't be here today. I got persuaded by Jack a couple of years ago to climb Mont Blanc with him.
Oh.
And even as happened one day, there was a big rock falling, and these boulders the size of cars were falling down not too far away from us. Our guide did a runner, just 300 yards away. We were clung to this ladder on the side of a cliff, basically. He stayed calm and he didn't grumble, he wasn't complaining, he was pretty level-headed as you've seen him he is today. And that can be, perceived in a number of ways, but it's definitely, knowing Jack the way I do, it's definitely a sign of his character. It's kind of like, it sounds a bit gay, right? But it's a tear to Jack. Oh, sorry, it's like... But no, it sounds a bit strange, but Jack's a strong man, right? And he pushes me to do things that I wouldn't have otherwise done and otherwise wouldn't have achieved. And he's the only guy I would consider doing things like that with, which is kind of a biggest compliment, I guess, I can pay you. So we've got a lot of time for you, Jack, is what I'm saying. So there's another page. So at least to yourself. I know it is customary for us to comment on how you look, all that sort of stuff today. So no, I will, but it's not. But I don't do it out of protocol, right? It's you truly do look stunning today.
Great.
We are nearly there. I've only met you a couple of times, right? But I knew you were within about 20 minutes of meeting you the first time at Gavin's wedding. Actually, one of the guys. They were really good for Jack and vice versa. But kind of unbeknown to you and any predecessors or pretenders, Nicola's been covertly almost spying on Jack's love life for the last 10 years. Every time Jack and I meet it, who's he seeing? What's her name? What's she like? So I can guarantee you, any woman that passes that covert test, she must be perfect. So no, I'm sure you got many happy times ahead of you. And then finally, right, my advice to you, or on behalf of Ian and I, we kind of had a look online, and you get loads of stuff, right? But none of it really resonated. So, a bit of a moment of reflection on my own life, Nicola and my kids and stuff. And I'll have to read this because I can't remember it, but I did. So I recognise, I guess, that the people that you love and that love you, they make you laugh and they make you love and they make you happy and all that. But when, and it is when, it's not if, they make you frustrated or maybe a little bit angry or a bit upset or whatever, just take a moment, right, over the next however many years to just to remember that you do love each other and remember all the good times you've had today and all the days you've had before and all the good times you're going to have from this point on. And that will help you get through those kind of little disagreements and niggles and stuff like that. So anyway, enough of the chest finger. That's all for me. So I guess we should all be upstanding, please.
Because Mummy's had it done.
It's my great pleasure, one of my final things, to introduce our last speaker. Starting off her married life as she intends to carry it on by having the last word.
Quite an act to follow, so I don't know if I can talk about that. But unaccustomed as I am to public speaking, I thought it would be only right to break tradition and have the bride say a few words because it has been such a special day for both of us. So So in planning a wedding, I really have realised that it's such a team event. It's about Jack and I, but it's about all of you that are here tonight as well. You've just brought such amazing energy, love, just the very essence of who you are to make this day what it is today, and we appreciate that so much. We're so delighted that you're all here with us. It's very, very special, and we thank you all for making the effort to come. I thank my beautiful bridesmaids who've looked after me amazingly well today. They really have done a fabulous job. So Hanal and Denali, thank you so much. So I just wanted to mention a few folks who've made an extra special effort to get here to the wedding and share this time with us. My parents have come from Australia. My auntie Dee's come all the way from Australia. My friends Nadine and Sally all the way from Melbourne. Really, really special. My cousin Amanda, her daughter Tessa have also come all the way from Australia. We've of course got Elaine and Cav, who's come from South Africa. We've got the Scottish contingent. We've got the Swiss contingent. And we've also got Hannah, who's come from Oman in school time. And we've also had a very good representation from London. All the London folks, thank you also.
Go on.
Even the locals, it's just amazing to have you all here. I also wanted to make a special mention tonight of Jack's dad, who's helped us out. He's provided all of the beautiful flowers that have been throughout the wedding today. And those flowers are in honour and memory of Jack's mum, Lillian. The arrangements of the church were actually modelled after arrangements that she herself put together, and they were just absolutely beautiful. So thank you very much. And also, in gratitude to my parents who've supported me and been there every step of the way. When I was born, my mum declared that she was going to be the best mum in the world, and she really has lived up to that promise. With uncompromised sacrifice, she's consistently put Dan and I before her own needs, always wanting the best for us and for our future. Her worrying nature reflects her mother's dedication to absolute undying love for her children. So thank you, Mum, for always being a listening ear, for wanting what was best for us always, and for loving us in the way that you did. And I have such an amazing dad. He's been an example of strength and faith and integrity. His honesty and stability has made him our rock, our sure foundation, a provider, a protector in times of trouble. Together, my parents are a formidable team, an example to all of us and a testimony of love and commitment. Thank you, Mum and Dad, for all that you've done for me and for our family. We honour you today and we recognise your incredible contributions to our family. Sharon, otherwise known as Daz and Shaz. Always been there for me in tough times. Thank you to everything you've done today, looking after the children and all the amazing contributions. The Wonder Woman outfit. Exactly. So in terms of history predating this event, some of you will know that Jack and I met in a pub in Putney 2 years ago. Which was quite apt because I spent a fairly while there. And there's at least a couple of my friends here tonight who testify. They were my flatmates in Putney some time ago. So Jack was unfortunately an invalid when we met. He had a cycling accident and a collarbone surgery just the week before. He was suitably attired in a sling and under strict instructions to administer as much Guinness as possible for medicinal purposes. This made for very interesting conversations and getting to know you opportunities. I can't say that I didn't know what I was getting into dating a die-hard cyclist with a drive for sport and the next challenge. I did go one step too far, however, repeating the whole collarbone accident incident exactly a year afterwards, immediately celebrating celebrating our 1 year anniversary. I've told him since that we didn't need any more such events and that he can kindly forego that duty both now and going forward. However, he did seem to feel the need to do some kind of event on his stag do. So let's come back with it. As we were dating, I learnt that Jack is strong, he's caring, he's stable and protective. He's honest, down to earth, and extremely stubborn. Which is what he calls contrarian, which apparently is very good in Marcus. Over the time we've been together, he's become my confidant, my advisor, my partner, and my best friend. I've always wanted my husband to be an equal, someone who complemented who I am. And although in some ways we're very different, I can confidently say that Jack is certainly that person. If you've heard of the story of our engagement, you'll know that it took place on the ski slopes of Davos. While we were visiting my friend Ali for Jack's birthday weekend, he decided to propose on his birthday so that he could remember the date. Now, if that's not practical in terms of practical thinking, then I don't know what is. He spoke to my dad and planned everything in secret, so I had no idea what was going on. After seeing me fall on the ski slope, he decided to attack me in a moment of weakness. Nothing else I could do but say yes. But as we were sitting on the side of the mountain, basking in our moment, the sky opened up, the sun came out, and the whole valley in front of us was just lit up. It was as if a new door to the future had opened before us. The rest, as they say, is history and brings us to where we are today. I feel truly honoured and privileged to have Jack at my side, and I look forward to every new day of building our life together. As the twists and turns of life unfold, I can't think of anyone better to go the distance with. I'm truly grateful for what we have and what lies before us. So thank you all for being part of it.